It's Ella here. I play Daryl Rivers on Mallory Towers, and I'm super excited because today I have been asked to take over the Mallory Towers Instagram for the weekend, so I'm very honoured to be able to do that. I'm going to be showing you a little bit into my life on the weekend, which is kind of just doing homework, and also to be answering some of your amazing questions. So I'm going to be putting a question box somewhere on the video, and I know some of you have already asked me some questions in the comment section of the Mallory Towers Instagram post. Mallory Towers posted a few days ago, and I've been looking through them. They're amazing questions, thank you so much. I've been kind of dividing them into Mallory Towers related and personal questions, and I can't wait to get to answering them all. So I'm going to do my best, and let's have an amazing Saturday and Sunday. Thank you for your question. So my question is, what am I having for breakfast? And although it is 11 o'clock here in London, I have still not had breakfast yet. So I'm going to be having a raspberry and blueberry smoothie in here with some yogurt and chia seeds. So I hope it will taste nice. For your question, so the best thing about being on set is definitely the friendships I got to make and the people I got to meet. And secondly, seeing how everyone's jobs and skills intertwine so beautifully to make a TV show like Mallory Towers. I think that's super interesting and super amazing to be able to see. Yeah, so like any new experience that's new, of course it is going to be worrying, and I did miss my friends and family at home. However, the more I got to know the girls, we became like a family away from home, and it was just really fun, and I didn't really feel that nervous anymore. So thank you for your question. I'm in year 10, so starting GCSEs, which is not very fun. But I've got my homework list here, so I've got chemistry, philosophy and religion, and history. Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your question. So I love playing Daryl. I love that I'm able to tap into my own experiences, memories, and personality that I can use to portray Daryl, and I definitely can relate to her, and I hope you guys can too. So legally we have to have 5 hours of school minimum each day, so just like any other school day. So we'd go on set, film a little bit of a scene, and then come back for school for about 2 hours or so, and then switch every now and again. And yeah, it was a very fun and easy transition. So I auditioned for Gwen and Daryl, and I think I got 3 rounds into both of them, and then they just kind of went, you can just do Daryl. And because I was not very good at Gwen, not at all. Quite a lot of people have asked this actually, so let's see if I can remember. So I'm doing English Lit, English Language, Maths, Chemistry, Physics, Biology, French, History, Philosophy and Religion, and Drama. Thank you for your question. So I was 12 when we filmed the first season in year 7, and I'm now in year 10 and 15 years old. So it's been quite a while. I did. So when I was younger, I always wanted my hair short, but my mum would never let me. So when I got the role of Daryl, they said you can either wear a wig or cut your hair short. And I never told my mum about the wig option. I just said, no, they're forcing me to cut my hair, and then I was allowed to. Yes, thank you for your question. In season 2, I would probably have to say the last episode, not going to give any spoilers as to why, and also the play episode. That was a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, so many times, which is quite embarrassing to say, but yes, we forgot our lines all the time, especially me. But it's very normal, everyone makes mistakes, it's fine. I've got 2 dogs, I've got Bea and Winnie. They are very peaceful, as you can see. They are messing up my bed. Oh my gosh. So no, actually, it was about half and half. So we filmed on location, Cornwall and Devon. So that's where you see the beautiful Heartland Abbey in Devon, which is what you see in Mallory Towers, and the Cornwall Rock Pool. But everything else, all the inside scenes, were in Canada on a set. So no, the lovely Minty is not my actual sister, but I do have 2 young sisters like Daryl, which is Phoebe and Georgia. Thank you so much for your question, and yes, Happy New Year everybody. So near the end of 2021, I really got into reading, which is something I never really did before, and it's something I really want to keep up for the new year. So currently reading 1,000 Splendid Suns, and I've got many books over here that I can't wait to get through. A lot of people have actually asked this, so it kind of starts like this, goes there, it's like all my Polaroids, it's my records, you can see that they're all Taylor Swift. I've got my books and my lovely desks. Yeah. I'm sitting down right now is just because my phone's gonna die and I want to keep it on charge. So my biggest inspirations will have to be my mum and my dad, and then all my friends and my sisters. They are just inspiring and amazing people that I love very much. So I think I'm a little bit biased when I say that Sally and Daryl are my favourite friendship duo. I think their friendship is just so cute and pure and sweet. But I also have to say that I love Ellen and Jean's friendship, and Mary Lou and Gwen's. So my favourite qualities about Daryl is that she's very loyal, and she knows how to stand up for herself and her friends and family. So you always see her in like classroom scenes when injustice strikes. She's always the first one to stand up and shout at whoever's being mean. So it's actually a lot of fun to play. Okay, so we're on to the second meal of the day. I'm going to have some yogurt, granola, and blueberries. You can tell I like fruit because I've had a smoothie and now I'm having blueberries. But yeah, so I'm sorry that this vlog part of the story is really, really boring. It's just because I live in London and it is currently raining a lot. So I'm not going to be going anywhere. I'm just going to be staying home, answering questions and doing homework. So yeah. Thank you so much for your questions. So yeah, the audition process was actually really, really fun. It's probably one of the most enjoyable audition processes I've had to go through. And it's actually where I met Sienna and Dania for the first time. So that was really, really, really exciting. So yeah, the tutoring process was actually really, really fun because obviously with my classmates, my friends, so we had a great time while doing our schoolwork. But no, I'm at my actual school now. I'm not homeschooled. Yeah. Yes, there are many times where I was very close to actually falling into a deep sleep because it's hard, you know, you're in your pajamas, the lights are dimmed on the set, it really feels like it's nighttime and the beds on the set are so comfortable, which is really surprising. So yes. Yeah, so I get this question a lot. I have a primarily British accent because I've lived in London most of my life and I'm around British people a lot. However, I was born in New York City and my parents are both American, so that's why my accent will sometimes switch. Yeah, so on sets, we each had our own private dressing rooms. However, we never really stuck to the private aspect to it. We all kind of went into my room and ate lunch together because we can't spend a moment away from each other. But at home, we all stayed in the same house and I got to share a room with the lovely Dania. Yeah, so obviously I probably will change my mind in the future, but definitely acting is something I want to keep doing and directing as well. I find that super, super interesting. We need more women directors and yeah, I just love the filmmaking industry and I just think it's really, really cool. Yeah, so the primary streaming services that I'm aware of is that in Canada, it's Family Channel. In America, it's BYU TV. And in the UK, obviously, it's BBC iPlayer and CBBC very, very soon. Thank you for your question. So yeah, during the first season, our family came out to visit us in Canada. However, obviously, due to COVID-19 for the second season, unfortunately, our family weren't able to make it. However, we had chaperones who were looking after us, so we formed our own little family. Yes, we did, and because of that fact, that is purely the only reason why that is probably my favourite scene we have ever filmed. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I did only a little bit. I think I've done like 4 jobs in total, so I think Mallory Towers was by far definitely the biggest thing I've ever done, but I've done a play and a TV show and an advert here and there, but they very, very small parts. It's quite confusing, so it's half and half actually. So the outside of the school is the beautiful Heartland Abbey, which is set in Devon, and the inside of the building, so as soon as you step inside in the show, it is in Canada and is set much further away. Absolutely freezing. It was much more colder the second time around for the second season because we filmed the Cornwall parts much earlier into the year than we did the first season, so all the winter water was coming into the pool and it was just so cold. Yeah, so for Mallory Towers, obviously my hair's very different to what I have right now, so it's like shorter, more even and like curled in with clips. However, yeah, there's some future Mallory Towers things, maybe I'll have to cut it again, who knows. I know it's super, super early to be making dinner, but I am going to start it right now, but I'm going to be answering questions while trying to cook this meal that I have on my HelloFresh box. So let's go. No, actually, the only people who needed to go to Canada were people that were seen inside the building of the school. Sorry, I'm struggling to open that. So anyone who was, for example, seen on open day or gone to the show in season 2 were only needed in Cornwall. Yeah, so they ate the prawns, but instead of sherbet, it was actually sugar. But I'm not sure if that made it any better. So you should, when the girls do their Instagram takeovers, you should definitely ask that question to hear their opinions on it. So it wasn't actually a case of flying back and forth. It was more just, we filmed for at least second season, we filmed 2 months in Cornwall, and then we flew over just once to Canada for 4 months and filmed. So it wasn't like having to fly back and forth. We just filmed all the scenes together. So in between each scene, if we didn't have schoolwork to do, as in if it was like the summer holidays or something, then we would go upstairs, either just hang out, talk. Zoe brought her guitar once, so that was really fun. Or we'd go through our lines for some other scenes. So yeah, it was quite. Thank you for your question. So while filming, we would get our sides, which are like the scenes that we were going to film the next day, the night before. So we as a group would go through them and we'd try and memorize them. I'd also try and memorize them in the morning, and that's how we learned our lines as a group. Oh, it's actually really sweet. So my mum sat me down in the kitchen and she gave me a parcel and she was filming, so I kind of knew. And I opened it up and it was the first book of Mallory Towers, and that is how I knew. And I remember feeling very shocked and very happy. Hey everyone!
everyone. So I finished my dinner. Thank you. Hopefully it tastes nice. I don't know why I made it so early, but thank you so much for your amazing questions. I had so much fun answering them today. And if I haven't answered some of them, I will still be doing this tomorrow. So I'll put a new box up for some new questions and I can't wait. So thank you so much for an amazing Saturday.
Hey everyone, it's Ella here, and if you didn't see yesterday's videos, this is basically me just taking over the Instagram account for the weekend, showing you a little bit into what I do, which is kind of boring, not very exciting, and also answering some of your amazing questions that I didn't get to answer yesterday. So I'm gonna be putting a new question box somewhere on the video, and yeah, let's have a great Sunday. Yeah, so this really depends on the length of the scene and how many different camera angles we had to shoot from. Sometimes a scene can even be as short as like 1 minute or even 30 seconds, but sometimes there are scenes that took us 3 hours to film, so it's very wide scale range. No, we weren't. We had an amazing makeup team do it for us. Thank goodness for that though, because honestly, I could not do any makeup. I could not trust myself for that. And also we had to have a very minimalistic makeup look because obviously the characters are set in 1930s and the kids didn't have that much makeup then. No, we didn't. The set follows the same curriculum and the same holiday structure that our school does. So whenever my friends back home were off for the summer holidays, I was too. And sometimes even the cast members had different starting points and ending points for their summer holidays. Yeah, so in the acting industry, an adult is actually considered a 16-year-old. So if you're under 16, you only have a certain amount of hours you can work in a day. So that slides depending if you're needed to be on a late night scene or not. But usually the days range from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, so while filming the first season, we were in Canada for 2 months, I want to say, and then for the second season, we were there for 4 months, so double. So if I could play another character, I'd probably have to be an evil character like Gwen or Matron. Don't think I could do very well, but it would be fun to see how different that would be to play a character like that because it's very different from Daryl. Yeah, so if I had to pick a moment, it would probably have to be the very bittersweet moment when we actually wrapped from filming, which is when the filming process ended. It was just very sweet because we got to tell everyone how much we appreciated everything they had done for us and also tell everyone how much we loved the casting crew. Thank you for your question. So for the first season, I'll probably have to say the Midnight Feast episode because you got to sneak around the set and eat a lot of candy, which is probably the highlight of the entire thing. But season 2 would actually probably be the play episode or the quiz episode. Those were a lot of fun to film. Many times. It's actually really hard not to. The beds are so surprisingly comfortable. It's crazy. And also the dormitory scenes were filmed later in the day, so usually our last scenes because you had to turn all the lights off, so that's when we were all actually tired and we all actually fell asleep. Yeah, we did. So we had a mask, we had visors, I'm gonna put a picture up somewhere, and we had COVID tests every other day, and we had a whole COVID team following everyone around, seeing that they were following the correct protocol. So yes, a very safe environment for when filming. So no, I didn't actually know any of the girls beforehand. No one else actually did apart from Saskia and Danya. They actually go to the same school, which is a crazy small world. But I actually met Danya and Sienna in the audition, so that was really fun, and I got to audition with them together. Thank you for your question. So I truly love every set. I think it's just so magical walking into them because you really feel like you're in the actual school building. But if I had to choose, it would probably be the art room or the dormitory. I find those sets so beautiful and just so well put together. I love them so much. Yeah, lacrosse is really fun. So in season 2, I got to actually play it. In season 1, I was absolutely awful. So they got Danya, who was amazing at lacrosse, to put like a wig on that looked like my hair and actually play it for me. So a lot of the scenes of me playing lacrosse is actually Danya. So I've got my sister here. This is Georgia, and she's got a hamster. So we have 2 dogs and a hamster. Yeah. Oh no, actually our tutor was mostly for schoolwork, so if we needed help with English, science, maths, whatever. But we actually had a person on set, the lovely Julia, who was specifically for that. So they had the script in front of them and then helped us prompt our lines if we'd forgot them, which is quite a lot of times. In season 1, we actually had separate houses. So in season 2, we all got to live in the same house together, which was really nice. And I shared a room with Danya. We were roommates for 6 months. I do not know how she survived because I am a very annoying person to stay with. Yes, we were given what is called sides, which is basically a compilation of all the scenes we are going to film the next day, and we would be given them in the afternoon, so we would have that afternoon to learn them and maybe a little bit of time in the morning to learn our lines properly, and then we'd film them the next day. Yeah, so if we were still filming that day and if we didn't have school, we'd just go upstairs to one of our dressing rooms, hang out. Zoe sometimes brought her guitar, which is really nice, but on the weekends we went to literally every touristy thing you can think of in Canada. It was so much fun.
This will definitely have to be the Fast Jack costume I wear in the play episode because it was very different from what we usually had to wear, which was our normal costumes like lacrosse, pajamas, and the normal Mallory Towers uniform. So it was a lot of fun to wear a big moustache and a cape. It was great. For your questions so far, I'm actually going to be taking a break for a little while because I'm going to drop off my Christmas tree and taking my dogs on a walk. So this is Bee and this is Winnie over here. So 2 whippets and yeah. Oh, there we go. Yes, we talk all the time. We try and meet up as much as we can as well. We were actually talking on one of our group chats this morning. Yeah, so I could not keep in contact with them, and I have since we stopped filming, which was back in September. So yes. Hey everyone, I just want to say I've had the best time answering all of your questions over the weekend. It has been a pleasure to take over the Mallory Towers Instagram. Thank you so much for all your amazing questions. I've had the best time answering them. And if I didn't get to you, please feel free to DM me in any sort of way and maybe I can answer it then. And very exciting news, Dania and I are going up to the CBBC headquarters to send off the release of Season 2, Episode 1 of Mallory Towers. Is starting tomorrow, 6 p.m. on CBBC. And if you can't catch it on CBBC, make sure to log into the BBC iPlayer and all their episodes are going to be there, season 1 and 2. So yeah, I'm very, very excited. Thank you so much for an amazing weekend. Bye.